Hi, I'm Gwen Right.
And I'm Deonta B.
And welcome to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, the Facebook edition.
The live edition.
Hey, girl.
Hey. So today we are talking about sketching the stage.
Right.
What do you think about when you go see plays? Because you're always on the outside. You're the audience person. So what do you, when you're watching plays and stuff, what feel do you get as opposed to when you watch film?
Plays are a little different for me.
Right.
You know, I'm funny with the film, TV type stuff. You know, I don't like TV like that for real.
Only reality TV.
Only reality TV. Only reality TV. But, you know, I think it's different. Right. It's definitely different from TV because, you know, people have to be in the moment at that moment because most of the times the plays are, of course, live. So I think it takes a lot of skill to actually do theater and plays with TV shows. I don't think that's what you asked me, but with TV shows,
right?
With TV shows, it's a little different because, you know, they got time to go cut, edit, you know. But if you're doing a play or different types of theater, you know, you got to be on point. So I think it's a little extra type of skill.
It's crazy that you know that because most people don't know
that. Right.
So today, I mean, we actually have a comedian.
Yeah.
So, and you know, with you, I'm excited to see how this is going to go because, you know, you in comedy, you just be like, nothing's ever funny to you.
Right.
So for you to even tap into this is going to be interesting.
Right. But I think it's a good topic. You know, you've been on this show, you've toured with this actual theater, so you've actually showed your skills. So I thought it was good that we bring Mike on,
right?
So we can figure out, you know, because it's a different type of theater. It's
right.
Sketch comedy, right?
It is.
Right. So I thought it was different. You know, we had Bashmir on a couple of months ago, and he talked about documentary and different films, but everybody's not doing just documentary and serious types of films. They're also doing, a lot of people do a lot of comedy. A lot of people take a lot of their books, you know, that might be funny, and they or not so, and turn them into plays. So I thought it was very important, especially now because I see a lot of people, especially through Facebook, a lot of people trying to turn their books and different things into plays and theater. So I thought we're going into the new year. So I just thought that would be a good topic to talk about. So it ain't even about me. It ain't gotta be funny for me. As long as the viewers get what they need to get out of it. How about that?
Exactly. So he needs no introduction. He is the Mike Ben. He is a comedian, also an actor. And what most people don't know is when I say he's an actor, like he can change at any given second from being your uncle to being your grandmother to being your aunt to being just the Mike. I mean, he just has so many characters that he plays, but he's also a director.
Okay.
And he's a writer. So, I mean, there's so many things that you could say about him. He's just done it all. But anyway, what we love about it is that he does sketch comedy, which most people do not know about sketch comedy. They know about theater, but they don't really know about sketch comedy. So, without further ado, we would like to welcome Mike to the show.
Come on,
our
Mike.
live Facebook Live.
Look, come to the stage. Come to the stage. Yeah. Come to JBC stage.
Hey, so we do the hair and all that, get them all did.
Well, y'all look good. I feel way underdressed. I'm thinking we just chilling, being me, and y'all all got y'all same outfits on, looking good.
This is how we chill.
This how y'all chill, huh?
Yeah, mind you, we still have a conversation. We ain't gonna be like, well, Michael.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I mean, the way y'all dress, I thought y'all was gonna talk like that. Y'all matching and everything. All right, cool. That's what's up.
But welcome to the show. We thank you for taking time out to come out.
Cool.
Yes,
let's get to it.
We like to get to it.
Let's get to it. All right.
So, Mike, you've had the opportunity to write some of the best adult comedy shows, which most people don't know. You write adult comedy.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't even know what adult comedy is. One titled The Mike Ben Show.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about the show for those who don't know, and also tell us how you came up with the creativity for sketch comedy.
Ooh, the creativity for sketch comedy. Actually, my family is funny. Like my grandma, my aunties. Like, if you think I'm funny, just come to like a cookout or a family reunion or something like that with us. So I'm just was blessed enough to bring it to actual television, all the funniness that my family did. And it's just, my family, we love to laugh. And I just feel like people today don't laugh enough. Like everything on TV is all about drama, or everything is about reality TV and just fighting and drama. So it's just like laughter to me, it helps the soul. And I like to laugh a lot. So I was picked on as a kid. So I just took that, flipped it, reversed it, and I give it to the world.
So is that the behind your creativity as far as when you came up with the writing? Are the characters based off of actual family members?
Oh yes, most definitely. Oh
so
yeah.
So who are they based off of? Who is everybody?
Yeah. I got 4 characters, which is the bishop, which is I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church.
Okay.
And then when my mom got divorced, we went to non-denomination for a little while. Then we went to Baptist, and then we just stopped going to church. And it's like it was crazy because as a kid, I saw some real funny stuff. Like I remember one time I was at Seventh-day Adventist church, and I went downstairs to use the bathroom. And before the preacher came up, he was down there rubbing on the deaconess of the church. And I was like, whoa, So I just saw like so many different attributes of religion, and I pick at it. It's funny. I don't mean no harm to nobody in anybody's churches, but it's just comedy. So that's where I got that character from. Rufus is on my daddy's side of the family. That's actually my grandfather's name. Like now, he wasn't my daddy's daddy, but he's the one who raised my dad and all his brothers and sisters. So he would always sit on the porch, smoking his Marlboro cigarettes, drinking his wild turkey, a wild Irish Rose, and he was just always talking bad to somebody. So I named that character after him. Meddy is my grandmama through and through and through. Her name is Leola Green. So Leola was when my mom and dad got divorced, I used to go to the salon every day. So to be a 6-7-year-old little boy, y'all know what y'all talk about in the salon. So, I would sit there and listen to, everybody. I hear y'all bash men, talk about men and this. So that's Meddy through and through. Like my grandma, she didn't take no mess. Cause I remember when this clean, right? This TV show clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of sort of.
Okay, yeah. All right. I always say the wrong thing. You have to bleep me out. All right. But I remember one time when we first moved to Jacksonville, Florida. The maintenance man came in, and my grandma, she ain't trust nobody, and he was a white dude, and she said, "Look at here, I'm sitting on a butcher knife, and I'm gonna cut you if you try to think slick." And that's just how my grandmother was. So it's like that's Meddy, and Sugar D Ricky is like my daddy's sisters, my aunties. They were real big into like Rick James and Prince and Tina Marie, Mary Jane Girls, Apollonia, and all them type of people. So I just got into that style of 80s party music, club music, and disco music with them. So it's like each one of my characters are actually people from my family.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think when people do books and all that kind of stuff, I think a lot of that be a little bit of their personal life, a little bit of fantasy type thing. Yeah. So now you're the creator, writer, director of the Mike Bean Show,
right.
And I watch all over the last couple of years. Of course, Miss Deonta,
which is she's a dog on that stage, right. Animal, yeah. Right. And so, you would never think somebody that beautiful act like that.
She got a whole nother some more personality.
She got a whole nother flip side. You see her now? She got her heels on, her pearl, but that girl's off the chain. I'm trying to hit the chain.
Yes, she is. Right. And so you did all those. So what are some of the strategies that you use to build your audience? Because you do sketch comedy, which is in a term of something similar to like how Live a Color kind of was or whatever. So what are some of the strategies that you do in order to build your audience?
Some of the strategies to build? To build I grew up throwing parties. Okay. I've been throwing parties forever. Since I was high school, I was always throwing parties. So I knew the attributes and the way to strategic marketing to throw a party. So when I moved here, I knew when you throw a party, it takes everybody to have a good party. I need you and all your friends. I need her and all her friends. And I would get all the popular people in school, let them come in free, and they invite all their friends. So it made a successful party. So actually, the Mike Bean Show started as a TV show.
Okay.
So it was I didn't know how to pitch it, so I started filming it, and it was just sitting there, and I wasn't making no money. So I'm a hustler, so I'm like, all right, I got to do something. I got to make some money. So I ended up turning it into a stage play, but I still had that club background where Deonta, she would sell so many tickets, and I would give her a percentage. You would sell so many tickets. So the strategy was get everybody involved, and I created a platform, and we all came up together. It's not just Mike being everybody coming to see me because you didn't know who I was at the time.
Right.
So I figured if Deonta knew 20 people, I knew 20 people, you knew 20 people, and I had a cast of 15, 20 people, we looking at close to 300 people in the audience.
And that's powerful that you said that, because I don't think a lot of people get that, just in business in general.
Right.
Just when you're thinking about the power, so you're talking about the power of numbers.
Right.
So even when you're building not just an audience, you're building, even in, like, we do taxes. In order for us to get clients, to gain clients, even though you can do all kinds of marketing, the biggest form of marketing is, of course, word of mouth.
Right.
So that's powerful. Y'all better take note.
Take note.
No, that was good.
I'm going to charge y'all next time for that.
So, Mike, I want to talk to you about, because I know with you, like you said, you do the numbers.
Okay.
You get people to come out, but there are so many things that you face.
Oof.
With doing sketch comedy.
Right.
Because number one, a lot of people, when you say sketch comedy, they don't even know what it is.
Right.
They don't even know what they're coming to see.
Okay.
So what are some of the pitfalls that you have faced being just in general, because we wear so many hats. You're a comedian. Everything that you do is something that you have to really get people to pay attention to and really get people to say, I'm going to go see that. So what have been some of the pitfalls that you have faced?
To make people want to come see it, or the pitfalls of the business to make a successful show?
Right.
The business in general.
Right.
You definitely have to be a leader, and you can't be a boss. Like I differentiate myself. I'm not a boss. I'm a leader. So it's like I look at each person in my cast as their bosses too. So we come together to do this. The pitfall is business and acting is two separate sides. So it's like if Deonta, which she never was, she was always one of my greatest employees on the show. But if she showed up late, or if she wasn't performing to the level of what I needed, I had to discipline her or discipline the situation. So then that creates a tinge, a trench, between me and her. But now I got to turn back, and me and her got to make each other laugh, or we got to make the crowd laugh. So that's definitely a problem. It's like chastising, or people that's in the show, and then you got to turn around and make them laugh. And then by directing, it's like if I'm directing you, I'm really being hard on you. And you know how we are. We're very sensitive creatures. So then you like, I don't like Mike. Right. But then we come on this side, me and you have to do a scene together. So now you really have to show your acting ability, because we don't like each other, but we got to make these people laugh.
Right.
And that's why comedy is probably one of the hardest jobs to have, because no matter what's going on, no matter what your day is. Actually, my grandmother passed when I was on stage, but I still had 300 people out in the audience that I had to go make laugh. So, with that, you got to hold everybody together. You have to be selfless, but still be willing to perform. You have to keep everybody focused. I mean, it's a very, very hard job.
I get that. And I can only imagine when you're doing it with in a scene, because the business and the talent. And that's why on our show, we try to do the educational part of a talent, because the talents never know hardly ever about the business side. Right. So then they come in. And then everything is personal. They definitely don't know. So I can definitely see that being a really big challenge. So you do it all. You got all the hats. So you have to bring in key people to be able to pull this off. So what do you look at when you are trying to identify certain people for your projects?
Deonta would probably be the epitome of people I look for.
Okay.
Why? Because Deonta understands business. Right. So when Deonta, So she does. Deonta really, she understands. So when she sees me having to make certain decisions that everybody like, Mike, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this? She understands because I got to make sure the lights stay on. I got to make sure we roll forward. Like it was this time I really wanted to take us on tour. I didn't have no money to take us on tour. So I end up, I got booked for 2 other shows out of town. So I used the deposits that was supposed to go in my personal pocket to feed my family. I used those deposits to take my whole cast on tour.
Right.
I don't know if she knew this. Literally, we're on this tour bus. And that was always my dream. I had this tour bus for us to pull up to the theater and like really do this thing like rock stars. I don't know if they knew this. I did not have one dime. I think I had like $3 to my name when we went out of town. I had nothing.
Sacrifice.
Oh man. And we end up getting to this hotel and a rumor got out about bed bugs. It was like, it's bed bugs in the hotel.
It did.
Now one thing about black people and white people is this. If something wrong, white people gonna let you know. So all the white people was cool. So it was this black dude, bed bug. So me being me, I'm like, nah, he trying to get his hotel bill for free. But at the time, my cast was like, Mike, we ain't staying in this hotel. But my pride, I had to hold it. But nobody in my whole cast knew I had $3 in my name. Oh, wow. So there was nothing I could do. We ain't staying. If we want to go to another hotel, I can't because I've already given this hotel my money. They not finna refund it right now. I probably won't get it back until 3-4 days later. So I didn't have no money for the cash to move. So I don't like, what do we go do? I didn't have the money for us to sleep on the bus because it cost more money for the bus, gas, and engine, to run all night long. So I was just like, Lord, and I had some cast members that were just really bucking at me and just like, well, I ain't doing this. But I still had to keep my business professional hat on because Mike then wanted to choke some of them out.
Right.
And slap somebody in their mouth. But for them, just they don't know what I went through to get us down there. Like I spent everything to get us there. And just to hold it all together and still have to go on stage and perform. Because some of them people I would have fired them right then and there. But I couldn't, because if I'd have fired them, the show would have been it would have been just crazy. And this was my hometown. So like dealing with sketch comedy and dealing going on tour, it's very hard. So you're right. That's why I love Deonta so much, because she understands the business. And I don't know if she knew that, but she was cool. She's like, nah, Mike, I just going to get my own. I don't know if she knew it or she did know it, but I was like, thank you, Lord. Because there was nothing I could do. Like, y'all can all stay in my room, but honestly, that's why I look for people that have a business sense. Because if you don't have if you're just an actor or actress and you have no business sense, I don't want you. Because you have to show me that you are an asset until you if I put you on my stage, if I say your name, I at least need 15 to 20 people to come see you. Because if not, then it's 100,000 actresses out there. Yeah, you are funny, but I need you to be an asset to what we're doing because we're on the rise. I'm not to the level of breaking talent yet. We need to come up as a team. So I guess that's a long answer, but I can answer it.
I appreciate it. You know why? Because you touched on something that was really real.
Oh,
it was, right? Yeah. So that was really real. Real. That was really real because you touched on something like just off the subject of what the question you said you're looking for. You answered the question, but you talked about something that's real. You know, when you're in business, at the end of the day, it's all about sacrifice. Right, and people don't know what you got to do in order to make that dream, that assignment, that project done. And, that was real. So that was a real good answer for the audience to know, like, it ain't easy. And sometimes people do be at their last, but guess what? What you show is perseverance through what you was going through. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you gotta have that. That's like a tough key for whatever you're trying to do, not just theater. You know? Right. I can respect
and that. I remember that because Ashley was one of our. We have great shows, but that was like one of our best shows.
But I went.
It was a lot going on.
Through it. Oh my gosh, I went. And then I went through it, man. Oh man, I went through it. But it was a success. It was probably one of, if not our best show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to talk to you about, because you, like we just talked about, you, for most people that direct and write, they don't act. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so you'll jump from being on this side of the camera to being on the set with us. So it's like, how do you prepare yourself? How do you prepare? What strategies do you use to prepare to be a director as well as be an actor and be able to balance both? Because you have to be able to get dressed and you have to be able to make sure everybody else is in order as well. So what strategies do you use for that?
Pray. It's prayer. What strategies I use? Patience. You really have to be patient, because my vision for comedy is so different from a lot of other people's comedy. So I can perform my vision,
right?
But it's like, in order to perform my vision, I have to give it to my vision for like a courtroom scene. Like, it's so many different pieces to this scene. So it's like I have to show you my vision. So it's very, very hard. And honestly, that's why I'm looking for a good director, because it's hard, because as I'm on stage and I'm performing, I'm still thinking like, okay, is Deonta hitting the mark? Is Rob over here doing it right? Are they clapping right back here? So it's like, it's hard to come out of director mode and be just sacrifice yourself and become an actor. But one thing about the cast that works with me, they are such professionals that I can really perform. So I guess that's why I can perform so well, because Deonta and Rob and other Boulevard and certain actors on my stage, they really hold their own. So I don't have to look over my shoulder to see if they to the level I need them to be.
Okay. Yeah. So what advice would you give someone who have a dream to turn their vision into a play, a sketch comedy, something in film? Like, what advice would you give them if they're just starting out? Like, what was the direction that you went in when you first started out?
What advice would I give somebody that wants to get into sketch comedy and doing stage plays? Ooh, that's a deep one. It's your team. You gotta have a solid team. It's no way you can do it by yourself. It's impossible for you to do it by yourself. And you have to be selfless. You have to think of others before you think of yourself. Because when you're coming up the ladder, you don't have the money to pay them for their time or their time for rehearsal. So you have to create a movement and not create an entity. You have to create like, okay, guys, Deonta want to act, I want to act, you want to act. I know how to set up this stage, but I need all of us to do this as a team. So it's definitely a team. You got to have a team of people that sees your vision. And then you have to be selfless to listen to what Deonta wants, to listen to what you want, to listen to what each individual wants. And in that, try to satisfy somewhat of what they want to keep them on this train. Because sometimes you get off on X's and it's hard. And sometimes people feel like, well, I'm on your train and you ain't giving me what I want. You know, so it's like you got to give her a little bit, her a little bit, her a little bit. And sometimes people just don't feel you giving them enough and they leave you.
Yeah, I know those feelings.
And you know, you had employees to do that. Yeah.
Hallelujah, I know those feelings.
And you know what's so funny? And then the thing I love is like, I'm the dude that go over the hill and I take all the arrows to the face.
Right.
And they don't know how much I'm shielding them from shady theaters, shady promoters, shady business people, how hard it is to stay up nights,
right? Yeah.
And come up with these concepts, write, direct, and do this stuff. And they feel like, well, you ain't giving me my own. And then they jump over that hill and like, whoa, hold on, I didn't know it was like this.
Right.
And then they come back and have like, I guess, another respect for me, but they don't, you know.
It's too late then.
Yeah, I can't fool
because at this point it's like, okay, well,
yeah,
I tried to shield you. So
yeah,
you got some good insight. I feel like I was listening to myself. Right?
But see, once again, you're a business owner, so y'all. That's why I say I love Deonta so much, because y'all understand business.
Right.
So sometimes when Deonta would see me make decisions, the cast would be like, "Why? What? Huh?" But Deonta like, "Yeah," because if you don't, they don't realize this whole thing finna fall apart.
Right.
Not now, but right now.
Right.
You know.
That's very important.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we are on time, but you know.
I'm with y'all. We ain't worrying about time. I'm here. Everybody can. I'm on the camera. I got some game to give y'all for the free. Nah, we good. I ain't no rush. We chill.
But I want you to tell the viewers like how they can keep up with you, because you have right now you have your Ski Fest that's coming up that you're hosting.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't know that you also host as well. You get the party started.
Oh, yes, I do. You go hard.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So let's tell them a little bit about some of the places that you actually host that they could come, because people, you know, Christmas holidays coming up, people looking for things to get into. So tell them how they can follow you and how they can keep up with some of your hosting.
I can look into the camera. We look into the camera?
Yeah, look at the
camera. Oh, I know. If he was third party, if I'm breaking a third party, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I ain't never looking to the camera. Nah. Y'all can look me up on Mike Ben, MikeBend 96 on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Michael Ben, MichaelBend. The Mike Ben Show is on Facebook, as well as my Twitter is Mike Bend 96. You can see a lot of the sketches that I do. Hosting is when whoever hired me. So you need a good host hire me, all right? I ain't Christmas time coming, kids won't give. You know what I'm talking about, hire me. But yeah, so I do hosting, and I got some shows coming up. Okay. We are pitching some sitcoms, pitching Mike Ben TV show. It is hard, man. Actually, I'm contemplating moving to LA.
You know what? Sometimes you have to make those moves.
Yeah, I got to. Atlanta play too much. They do. They play too much.
We go to a lot of different events, you know, seminars, conferences, and, you know, we do call this, you know, the Black Hollywood, right, the New Hollywood or whatever, but sometimes you do have to go outside of this area because they, you know, Georgia's a little...
I'm going to correct that. I'm going to look y'all on the camera. This is not the Black Hollywood. That's a lie. No, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Now, if y'all got Mike Ben, we gonna talk about it. We go discuss it. All right. I'm gonna tell you why Atlanta's not the Black Hollywood. Okay. Atlanta's not the Black Hollywood for 3 reasons. I did 4. Well, 4 reasons. All right. Because here, people come from surrounding cities to try to get on in Atlanta, but because of social media and because of Facebook and these things, people make themselves be what they're not.
Right.
Like, if you go on Facebook in Atlanta, you say, I'm a producer. It's a million producers.
Thousands.
You know what I mean? Like, go on people's Facebook, like really go on people's Facebook page and look. Yeah, I'm a writer, producer, artist, singer, dancer, this, that. You can't be all them things. There's no way. Tyler Perry ain't all them things, and he's got a billionaire. So how are you in Atlanta all these things? So that's false. Then everybody they perceive to be, I got this production company, I got this book, no, you ain't got nothing. You want to write a book, you want to do a sitcom, but there's nobody here that can make decisions to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yes, y'all have this wonderful show, and it's a great show. Your cameras, everything looks nice, but you still need that connection, that person who can write that check and really put you on television or really put you on here. That's why I say Black Hollywood, it's false. Secondly, my second reason why it's false, because if you look at all the breakdowns that come to Atlanta, they've already chosen the lead actors before they get here.
All right. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So when you look at the breakdown, I'm going to give y'all some game. They're going to say Mike said. If you look at the breakdown, it says LA casting and Atlanta casting. Well, why you got 4 casting directors? That don't make for what? It's the same movie. But what they do is they cast all the lead roles and they give us day player roles. So they give us like one little here, one little bit there, one there. All right. So then we round here brag, yeah, I'm an actor. Well, if you an actor, can you live off what you do? That's when you are an actor. When you can wake up every morning, go act, and pay all your bills off acting. Well, you're not an actor full all the way if you can't live off that. Right. So they say Black Hollywood. No, what LA does is cheaper here. There's no room in LA to film. They fly all their people out here. They use us up like the Indians, and then they go back home. There's no respect about how, like I'm not gonna say there's no respect. I don't think they respect us to do what they do.
Right. Because it's not, I don't think it's necessarily, a lot of people here hasn't been educated and taught to the level that people in LA and New York have. Right. So that's about probably it. Probably, yeah, that's it.
So if you say Hollywood, I would say Atlanta's the music industry.
Right.
Atlanta's a very successful place for Black professionals here. I would say that. But the Black Hollywood, are they filming a lot here? Yeah, I mean, but LA is where it happens. Right. If this show, my show, your show, his show, if you want to go where somebody can really write a check to get it done, you got to go to LA. Like, really, go down the track list and see, you can't name 10 actors in Atlanta that are self-sufficient off acting. I can name 3. 3, and 2 of them work for Tyler Perry. That's it. Name an actor that's self-sufficient, working consistently in Atlanta. It's not one. Everybody's in LA. And there's no disrespect to Atlanta. I just understand a person like myself who's a grinder, who's an entrepreneur, who pushes forward. I'm a boss. So I want to talk to a boss. Don't have me make my sitcoms and have me make my shows and you can't get it done. When I talk to you, let's get it done. I don't want to talk to the help. Don't say, oh yeah, I know somebody who knows somebody. I got the people and I know somebody over at Bounce TV or TV One. You don't know nobody. And if you did, you can't get me on.
Right.
So how are we this Black Hollywood? Nah, so stop. To me, stop that. To me, that's lying. That's being false. I mean, yeah, we do a lot of filming here. You get some castings here. Yeah, you get your one day roles, but you can't live off that.
Right.
But that sound like I'm hating. I'm being honest. What it sound like?
Look, it sounds like you being honest and you fed up.
I am.
But guess what? It's like you being honest and just you fed up. But guess what?
What's up?
I appreciate it because that's real.
It was real.
And that's
I'm gonna be real.
And that's what
real.
people need to hear.
They need to hear
So again, we gotta wrap it up. Tell them.
I'm just getting comfortable.
So again, tell them how to find you again on social media, and then we gotta get out of here, y'all.
All right, find me on social media, MikeBen96 at Gmail. Oh, have mercy, on Instagram. MikeBen96 on Gmail. Michael Ben on Facebook. Y'all look me up. And I'm not bitter, y'all. I'm not bitter. It's just God gave me a lot of talent, and I'm tired of people BSing me. Like, if you're not a boss, don't talk to me. Like, I want to talk to somebody who can get it done. Because when you give it to me, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to jump off the bridge to go do it. I like Steve Harvey say, I'm the one that's going to jump off the cliff and let get the broken bones and get up again and get up again. I'm that type of person. So I get tired of people who just talking about what I want to do tomorrow. No, don't want to do it. Get up and do it.
Right.
All right.
Well, that was a good way to end. So we talked to Mr. Michael Ben, and he gave y'all some good nuggets on really how to do business and what the real is about the business world, especially in film. So make sure you take some of those nuggets. You can find me, Gwenetta Wright, on all social media outlets, Gwenetta Wright. Also check out my website at GwenettaWright.com. Deonta, tell them how to find you, babes.
Well, you can find me at all social media outlets, The Real Deonta B, and also you can go to my website, therealdeontab.com.
Right.
And we want you to tune in to our televised show every first and third Monday on Fox 54. And it's a wrap. Facebook Live Edition, GBC. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah, see y'all next time. Peace. Holla. Y'all mad at Mansion.